Hi guys, welcome to Holistically Keto. I am really excited to start this new project. My name is Kelly Dollinger and I've been working in health and wellness for a while now. And I've come across ketogenic living in the last 18 months or 2 years for my own personal health, and then really looked around and saw that so many other people were really struggling to get good ketogenic living advice, and we're coming across lots of common issues. So I decided, me and my craziness, decided to do 100 Facebook Lives inside this very group to answer all of your most common questions so that keto isn't such a struggle, because it shouldn't be. So my story is that once upon a time, I was not working in health and wellness. In fact, I had a completely different career. I live in Portland, Oregon right now. I'm from Philadelphia. And I had a whole political career in Washington, D.C., and it was really crazy and super stressful. And in the midst of all that, I really came to realize that there were things that were off, and officially got a diagnosis with polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS. Now, when I first was diagnosed, I was very alone with that diagnosis. My doctor didn't really understand it yet, and really, truthfully, to this day, it's very misunderstood, misdiagnosed, underdiagnosed issue. And I've gotten very little actual help from modern medicine with PCOS. I very much had to become my own health advocate in that regard. And so I kind of was going along with my political career, doing all the things that were right. I have 2 degrees in public relations. I got the right internships, the right jobs, did all the right things, but then looked around and realized that I would never have the health that I really wanted inside such a crazy, time-constrained career, right? I just didn't have time to take care of myself. And the stress of the job really exacerbated my particular issues. So I, at one point, was so anxious and depressed, probably in maybe like 2010 or so, when I was on medication. I didn't love being on medication, so I decided to learn what I could do from other avenues, and I had never learned anything about holistic anything before. But I fell in love with holistic nutrition, and I started eating clean. I read my first book ever on food called The Food Mood Solution, and it taught me all these things about vitamin D and omega-3s and how to basically biohack your own body. Well, of course, after, putting all of these things into practice, I felt like a brand new person emotionally, and really loved the hit of holistic health. So I really fell in love with being empowered in my own body. And so I decided, well, okay, if this career that I built myself isn't going to be really conducive for healing my PCOS, it seems like a lot of other people want this information too. So I decided to become a holistic health coach, and I was nutrition counseling folks, and that was really fun. And then moving on to that, I really had to become passionate about getting toxic chemicals out of my life as well. When you have a metabolic or an endocrine issue, or really any health issue, especially if it's inflammation based, you should really work to get all of the toxic chemicals, cleaning supplies, beauty care supplies, hair care products, all that stuff out of your life. No more Glade plugins, no more crazy ingredients in your food, all that stuff. You want to get it out of your life, out of your environment, and you do not want to come in contact with those things, not just for endocrine issues, but also for long-term health and disease prevention. So I really, really fell in love with essential oils. So that's where the essential oil component is going to come into this group as well. Essential oils are easy. They're much more affordable than other things you've used before to just maintain regular wellness. You can use them for moods. You can use them for sleep. You can use them for everyday wellness issues. You can use them for cleaning. You can use them for beauty care products. You can use them for 1,000 things. And when you make essential oils a lifestyle, similarly to ketogenic, the health and wellness that comes from it, and how strong your immune system gets, and how in control of your moods you can be, is such a powerful switch. It takes some education, very similar to this group for keto, but I want to be here to incorporate both, because I couldn't be as healthy as a person if I just did keto, and I clearly couldn't be just as much of a healthy person if I just did oils. I really need both. You need nutrition, and you need to control the toxins in your environment. Okay, so that's what this group is really going to be about. My videos that you're going to see are going to come as mostly about keto. You'll see some essential oil stuff that support my ketogenic lifestyle. But I did everything wrong when I first started keto, and I see people doing this all the time, which is I tried to just go it alone when I first got started, and I looked around the internet and I looked around what was available and like the information that was there, you know, tips to avoid keto flu or how to track or all this stuff. And there's some stuff I did and some stuff I didn't. And I realized this was taking a really long time. It was really painful. It was really like no one else, I didn't have a community. It was super hard. I think I made it 60 days, and I'm pretty a strong-willed person. So I made it 60 days on willpower alone, but I didn't have all the information I needed to do it well. And then of course I relapsed and I went back to like a more carb-based, you know, living. And then I realized, okay, I really got to do this for my PCOS because it's so effective. And I got back in, and I've been in for a long time, and I've lost 35 pounds, and my periods went from 90 days apart to 30 days apart. I'm averaging between like 32 days to 35 days, which is considered normal, which is amazing. And if you have PCOS, you understand how practically impossible that is. I'm a little bit at war with metformin because I think everyone and their mother gets put on metformin with really no expectation that they are actually powerful enough to change their diet and control their own insulin sensitivity themselves without necessarily having to get put on a drug to do so. So I'm really passionate about that. And the information that we're going to share is all the basic stuff, maybe some terminology, some like keto word of the day, ketoacidosis, what is the glucose ketone index, you know, all these things that really make your life easier when you understand them. We'll cover recipes, myths, the different ways that keto is really effective for all different kinds of chronic illnesses. I just went to KetoCon, which is a really nerdy thing. I went to Austin for 4 days and sat in lectures, and it was in front of all these researchers and professors and nutrition experts, and it was really fascinating. Keto and cholesterol is fascinating. Keto and epilepsy is fascinating. Alzheimer's, preventing Alzheimer's is really amazing. I can't wait to do a whole call on that. And so I just want to bring you all this. You can even see, like, I'm a big book nerd. You can see the books I have. Go this way. So cookbooks, how to do keto, understanding what happens in the body, and explaining to you what is happening to your body as you go through it. So thank you so much for being here with me. Feel free to invite friends into the Holistically Keto group. It's a free group, and it's open to everyone. And I hope to bring you guys videos here, as well as I'll also post on Instagram TV. And yeah, thank you to everyone who's in my tribe, and I hope that what I'm going to be offering you guys is really super helpful and makes your ketogenic lifestyle endeavors a lot simpler. Okay? Thank you guys. I'll see you soon.